Good morning. Let me ask you something that might challenge the way you think about leadership. When was the last time you felt truly safe under someone's leadership? Not just physically, but emotionally, mentally, and spiritually. Think about that for a moment. Was it your boss at work, your parent growing up, maybe a pastor, a coach, a mentor, or maybe no one at all? The truth is, most people don't leave jobs, churches, or even relationships because of bad missions or unclear goals. They leave because they never felt safe, they never felt protected, heard, or valued. So here's the real question: why do good leaders make you feel safe? What is it about true leadership that gives people the courage to grow, to trust, and to stay, even when things get tough? This is not just a leadership question. It's a life question, because whether you're a parent, a pastor, a teacher, or simply a friend, you are leading someone. In today's video, I'm going to answer that question. I'm going to walk you through 8 powerful reasons why good leaders make people feel safe, and how you can become that kind of leader in your own world. This message is filled with truth, real life examples, and life-changing principles that will shift the way you see leadership forever. So, if you're ready to grow, to be challenged, and to lead with strength and compassion, then stay with me until the very end. And if this blesses you, like, subscribe, and share this message with someone who needs it. Let's dive in. Safety begins in the soul. When a leader creates emotional security, people don't fear judgment. They embrace honesty. In workplaces, churches, families, and nations, fear is the enemy of growth. People cannot thrive when walking on eggshells. God leads us with grace and truth. Think of the woman caught in adultery, John 8. The crowd saw her sin. Jesus saw her soul. He made her feel safe enough to stand, not just forgiven, but valued. Good leaders do the same. They defend the broken before correcting them. Emotional security is the foundation of trust. People don't trust leaders who are emotionally unstable or unpredictable. One day they're kind, the next they're tyrants. True safety comes when those under your leadership can predict how you will respond. God says, "I am the Lord, I change not." Malachi 3:6. This is divine leadership, consistency. Good leaders walk in integrity, whether praised or criticized. Think of a father whose children always know they can come to him, even when they mess up. That predictability creates security. In leadership, predictability is not weakness. It is stability. It allows teams, families, and ministries to focus on their purpose, not survival. Leadership is not about domination. It's about protection. God gave Adam authority to cultivate and protect the garden, not to dominate it. Likewise, good leaders build fences, not prisons. Take David, for example. When he faced Goliath, he wasn't yet king, but he led like one. He stepped into danger to protect Israel, even when Saul, who was king in title, was hiding in fear. The leader who protects gains loyalty, while the one who controls breeds rebellion. If your leadership demands silence and obedience rather than safety and honor, it's time to realign with God's model. People feel safe when they're heard. Listening is one of the most spiritual acts of leadership because it mirrors how God listens to us. Call to me and I will answer you. He says, Jeremiah 33:3. Jesus often asked questions before giving answers. He listened to the cry behind the words. Good leaders ask, "How can I serve you?" Not, "What can you do for me?" Whether in a team meeting or a family table, leaders who listen make others feel valued. And where there is value, there is safety. Insecure leaders hide behind blame. True leaders take the hit so others can heal. One of the most powerful examples is Jesus on the cross. He had no sin, yet he bore our sins to make a way for us to be reconciled to God. When leaders shift blame, they erode trust. But when they say, "This is on me," even in failure, They create a safety net for others to risk, innovate, and grow. In an organization, when a boss owns a team's failure, the team is empowered to succeed. Safety comes from knowing someone will catch you if you fall. Fear manipulates, vision motivates. Leaders who rule through fear create anxiety and paralysis, but those who lead with vision create clarity and energy. God said to Jeremiah, "Before I formed you, I knew you. I appointed you as a prophet to the nations." Jeremiah 1:5. That's visionary leadership, calling people into purpose. In a church, business, or home, people feel safe when they know where they're going and why it matters. Fear clouds the path, vision lights the way. A secure leader creates other leaders. They don't cling to control, they pass on the mantle. Moses mentored Joshua, Elijah prepared Elisha, Jesus trained the disciples. In God's kingdom, safety comes from knowing that your growth doesn't threaten your leader, it fulfills them. Empowering others means trusting them, even when they're not perfect yet. That trust creates a safe place for learning, leadership, and legacy. Think of a young man given a chance to lead a project at work because his supervisor believed in him. That act of trust unlocks confidence. Empowerment is the greatest form of affirmation. Ultimately, people feel safe under good leadership because it reflects the very nature of God. Psalm 23 beautifully captures this. "The Lord is my shepherd. I will fear no evil, for you are with me." The greatest leadership provides presence, not just policies. Comfort, not just correction. When people feel the presence of love, consistency, protection, and purpose, they relax, they grow, they serve. They give their best. Leadership is a divine assignment. It is not about being in charge. It's about caring for what's been entrusted to you. And when people feel safe, they become everything God created them to be. Safety is not a strategy, it's a spirit. It's the invisible force that either lifts people or limits them. Good leaders make others feel safe because they model the leadership of God Himself. And when people feel safe, they stop surviving and start thriving. Whether you lead in your home, your job, your church, or your community, be the kind of leader who makes people say, "I feel safe here," because that's when transformation begins.